Kids Comics. Silver-haired Bronze Age babe here, yakking about her comic book collection, and today talking about the Girls issue of the DC Special. This came out in 1968 or 9. 1969. And you can tell that it's a very special because up top it says the daring and the different, because having girls in your comic books is very different. So it's like, oh, and it's all girl issue. Stand back, boys. The girls are taking over, and the boys are in various states of disbelief. Like, Cal is just totally bewildered, and the greatest detective in the world seems very puzzled by all of that. Green Lantern looks like he's about to wag his finger and give a stern talking to one of those gals. But my favorite is the Flash, who just looks like he has a migraine headache thinking about the whole thing, while the fighting females do their thing. I love this issue. The cover just is one of my favorites for the reasons I just went through. And the stories in it are actually pretty good. There's a Bronze Age story with Wonder Woman and the Cheetah. There's a pretty good Supergirl story. Back to the Golden Age with a Black Canary story, and same thing with a Girl in the Golden Flower with Green Lantern, or actually Adam Strange, sorry. But my favorite, and the one I want to talk about because it fits in with the Women's Libbers from Space format, is The Secret Life of Star Sapphire from the Green Lantern. It originally appeared in 1962. And now I don't have the original copy of that book because it is way too pricey for me, but I have always been a fan of Star Sapphire. I obviously saw some of the reprints, and there's another Star Sapphire book I'm going to talk about at some point in a future video. But anyway, this is her introduction. And the thing to know is that Star Sapphire is actually Carol Ferris. And she is, I love her because she's Green Lantern. She's Hal Jordan's, slash Green Lantern's employer. But she also happens to be able to fly a plane because he taught her how. And she's out playing around with her airplane when suddenly she loses control and it crashes in the desert. And she realizes that she's been kidnapped by Women's Libbers from Space. These are the Zamarons. And they have kidnapped her because she's a dead ringer for their former queen. Who was a mortal who recently died. And so they're saying, hey, listen, you look just like her. This is how we pick queens. Want to come live on Zamaron because it's all girls, no men. It's all good there. You'll really, really dig it. Now, Carol's flattered that they thought she's beautiful and could be queen material, but the thought of living out her days on a female-only planet is hampered by one thing. She actually loves Green Lantern, and how can you live without love? So, but the Zamarons are like, hey, no problem. Let's give you a makeover. See, they give her a makeover with the help of an organ. I mean, the jokes just write themselves, don't they? And they give her a new costume, and they give her temporary powers thanks to a Star Sapphire. So they send her out, and because what they're going to do is prove to her that she has so many great powers that she can best Green Lantern just at will. And so if she can do that, why do you want to hang around for a guy like that? Because you can, he's just going to bore you silly. So they send her on a couple of flimsy little escapades. And the first one, she bests Green Lantern. And By the way, can I just say something? The art in Green Lantern, I really like Gil Kane, but there's always been something about these early stories and about how he flies that looks more to me like he's falling. But maybe it's just me. So anyway, so she beats him on task number 1, but on task number 2, he beats her. And the Zamorans realize that they're error, and they're like, well, okay, I guess, maybe you're not queen material. But thanks for playing our game, and they zip off into space, and Carol is left in the desert where her plane, crashed. She has no memory of this whatsoever. Green Lantern finds the star Sapphire, and meanwhile drops Carol off, and she's like, gosh, I'm tired and I have a headache. So obviously it's leading into future Star Sapphire stories, which I really love. But so there you go. Here's 1969, the all-girl issue with a special Women's Libbers from Space appearance from the Zamorans. Well, thanks so much for stopping by. I'll see you next time.